project for this year is a stationary engine, a Lister D, purchased last week. It is a runner. I heard it running before we put it in the back of the car to bring it home. This is February the 3rd, so with a bit of luck get this up and running and looking a little bit better. Wants a bit of a paint job. It's just a good look over. It's a bit heavy. Managed to get out of the car okay with some ramps. Be able to run an alternator off it to produce some electricity and light a couple of light bulbs. Take it around to some engine rallies, steam engine rallies and the like, fates, etc. Little bit of a leak on the pipe from the fill tap, but I'll take all that off. I'll take the tank off to be able to paint most of the crankcase. Got some paint on order, should be here today. The engine came with a little trolley that get all the wheels painted nice black. We had to take it off the trolley to get the engine in the back of the car. So the next job is to get the engine on this little trolley, hoist it up in the air, perhaps get it on the top of this workmate so we can take it apart easily. Right, back to the Lister D engine. I managed to, with the winch, get it up a sensible height for working on it. What I'm going to do is to give it a little bit of a coat of paint, just tidy it up a little bit. As I said before, it does go, so I don't think there's any need to strip anything off of any importance. It's 1954 vintage. I've taken the exhaust off and bits off the carburetor and the governor linkage. Flywheel's a bit corroded, but doesn't really matter. When I paint over this, I've got some new transfers on order, so I'll be able to put some new transfers on there, and also transfer here water level. Got to repair the little water drain tap, but everything else seems to be okay. It's fairly clean now, ready for putting a bit of paint on. The flywheel has an arrow on, direction of rotation, so got various bits and pieces in this box. Taking the petrol tank off. That's had some old petrol in. It's probably a bit stale, so I think the petrol tap works okay. I'm going to clean that up, give it a clean out. As the chain guard for the magneto is a bit rusty, so I'll give that a paint as well. So all looking good. Managed to make various trolleys, etc., to move the thing about because it's very, very heavy. This is the paint that I've got for it. Rust-Oleum Universal All Surface Paint, British Racing Green, which is very, very similar colour to the actual engine. Very, very good paint. That goes on anything, easy to use, brilliant stuff. A little bit more painting to the Lister D engine. I've painted the exhaust, ready to put on. waiting for some little wire brushes so we can clean the little water drain tap as well as the petrol tap. Repaired the Bakelite magneto cover. Had a hole in one side, there was no screw, so repaired that. Washed the petrol tank out, got it nice and dry, blew it out with the airline. That's nice and clean inside now, so just going to clean that up a bit prior to painting. For the petrol tank, I'll paint those in a moment. Here we are back with the Lister D engine. Now going to fit the petrol tank. Had the petrol tank all painted up. Hopefully we can get this on nicely. Just got to paint one end of the petrol tank where it's been sitting on the bench. I think that's about right. Goodwood green this is. Got to find all my old Whitworth spanners. Which has been a bit of a struggle. Good job I fiddled about with the magneto top the other day. I can see now I've got the petrol tank and you can't get to it. Probably mean taking the mag off the engine to be able to get the screw out. Or get a little stubby screwdriver to get in there. Managed to clean the petrol tank out quite well. A lot of dust in it. Put a bit of paint on those bolts so they look a bit better. Got the petrol cap there. Just got to paint this bit here. Another little tip I saw in a a book I got about renovation of these Lister Ds is the oil filler or oil level container, which is just metal to metal, so any oil could quite easily leak out once the engine is moved. So what I've made is a little paper gasket to fit on there, and hopefully that'll secure the oil inside. Right, another job done. The Lister D engine all painted up, various little things modified and cleaned. Hopefully that'll be all okay. Exhaust cleaned out, painted, fuel tap repaired, little bits to the magneto repaired, water drain tap repaired, gasket round the oil level filler. Hopefully once we get it on the trolley that'll work. Petrol tank has been cleaned out, so it's all looking good, and the trolley has had a bit of varnish on just to protect the wood a bit. All the wheels have been painted nice black, so next job is to winch the engine off our Black & Decker workmate. Very, very heavy. I'll bolt the engine to the trolley now. Now just winched the engine off the stand onto the trolley. Bit of a job, but we got there. Lister D stationary engine all bolted up on the trolley now, all ready for a start up. Next stage with our Lister D engine, to make it generate some electricity, is that acquired a new Lucas alternator. Managed to fix a detachable board, a mounting point for the alternator, waiting for the drive belt to come, which goes round the large diameter of the flywheel to the V pulley on the alternator. We'll have a mounting board to one side here, which will include a voltmeter, a couple of 12 volt bulbs, a switch, and have a little battery which will just be here. So it could be charging the battery as well as lighting the bulbs, etc. So next stage is to remove this mounting board and give it a paint up with the same colour as the engine, British Racing Green. Back to the Lister D engine. We've now fitted an alternator on it to charge the battery up, which is there. We've got a lighting board, we've got an ignition switch, an ignition light, a voltmeter to see if it's charging, and a couple of bulb holders to put some bulbs in. We've yet to try it, that's the next step. A few more modifications. We've painted the flywheel, we've put the transfers on and covered them in clear varnish. We've also put the alternator on. And the belt. See if we can get it running. I'm going to pull it outside now and connect everything up. I think we'll try to start it now.